Have you ever watched a relationship crumble, not because of betrayal or lack of love, but because of misunderstanding? Let me tell you about Sarah and James. Sarah believed that men don't show emotions because they don't feel profound or are indifferent. James, on the other hand, loved deeply but quietly. He didn't say, "I love you" every day, but he showed it through his actions. He fixed her car without her asking. He ensured she never lacked anything, even when he had little for himself. But Sarah didn't see it. She was looking for loud gestures, not quiet devotion. Months passed, and her frustration grew. "You don't care," she accused one day. James stared at her, heartbroken. That moment was the beginning of their end. Not because they didn't love each other, but because Sarah misunderstood what love looked like through James's eyes. And Sarah isn't alone. Many women walk into relationships with good intentions, but misguided assumptions about what men are, what they feel, and how they operate emotionally and mentally. Hello and welcome back to The Passion Bond. Today we're unpacking what most women get wrong about men. Ideas that, if unchecked, can damage even the strongest bonds. Let's break these down with stories, truths, and the clarity every couple needs to hear. 1. Men don't have emotions. The silent suffering. One of the most widespread and damaging beliefs is that men are emotionless. The truth? Men feel deeply. They grieve, hurt, fear, and love, just like women. But most men are raised in societies that discourage emotional expression. From childhood, boys are told, "Man up. Don't cry. Be strong." So they learn to bottle their feelings. Consider Anthony, a 35-year-old fireman. He appears to be one of the strongest men in his city. But when his wife left him unexpectedly, he didn't cry in public. He didn't post cryptic heartbreak quotes. Instead, he worked 16-hour shifts, rarely slept, and began drinking in silence. No one asked if he was okay. He was the man. He'd be fine, right? Wrong. Women often misread this emotional silence as indifference, but many men don't know how to express what they feel. They're not cold. They're conditioned. Ladies, when a man goes quiet, don't assume he doesn't care. He may be screaming for help from the inside out. Give the man in your life room to feel. Let him speak at his own pace. Don't shame his silence, but gently invite him to share. 2. If he doesn't say it, he doesn't feel it. Women often seek verbal affirmation. "I love you. You mean the world to me. I miss you. You're beautiful." These words matter deeply, but many men communicate love through actions, not words. They'll fill your gas tank, fix your car, hold your bag, defend you behind your back, stay up to ensure you get home safe, bring you food after a long day, and protect your dreams like their own. These are love letters written in service. A man's actions reveal the true depths of their heart. A viewer once shared how her boyfriend never said "I love you" until they were 2 years into their relationship. Yet he had never missed a birthday, regularly checked on her family, and once drove 5 hours to bring her a forgotten passport. She later realized that he had been expressing his love all along. She wasn't listening in a way that she could understand. In another instance, Moses didn't send daily love texts or post a couple of selfies. Ruth thought he was emotionally distant, but when her mom fell sick, Moses was at every hospital visit. When her car broke down, he left work early to help. And when she was struggling with work stress, he stayed up all night editing her proposal. Still, Ruth said, "You never say you love me." Moses looked confused. "I thought I was showing it." If you're watching this, don't overlook a man's heart because he doesn't express it in words. Look at what he does, because some of the loudest love is quiet. 3. Real men always want to lead. Another misconception is that men want to dominate, make all the decisions, and lead the relationship like a chief executive officer in a company. But here's the truth. Some men don't want a follower. They want a partner. Dominance is not always a sign of a strong man. True strength often manifests as flexibility, collaboration, and support, not dictatorship. Take Bola and Charles. Bola was a powerhouse, clever, assertive, and successful. Charles loved that. He encouraged her to lead, to shine, to take the spotlight. He managed the home, supported her business, and took pride in her accomplishments. But Bola's friends mocked him. He's too soft, they said. Eventually, she began to believe them. But Bola misread his deference as weakness. She began to feel he wasn't man enough. One day, Charles asked gently, "Do you need me to control you to feel safe?" Silence. But here's the twist. Charles wasn't weak. He was secure, confident enough to let her shine. Not every man needs to hold the steering wheel to feel valued. Ladies, strength in a man doesn't always look like domination. Never confuse submission with love or dominance with masculinity. Sometimes it looks like humility and quiet confidence. Some of the strongest men are the ones who choose to walk beside you, not in front of you. 4. Men are obsessed with sex and nothing more. Yes, men value sex, just as women do, but men crave it more. While sex is important to men, it's false to say it's all they care about. Men crave connection, respect, peace, affirmation, loyalty, and safety. Many men seek sex not for pleasure alone, but for validation, intimacy, and a moment of being seen. Many men are starved for emotional closeness, but society tells them to seek it through sex because it's acceptable. There's a powerful confession from a married man who once said, "When I reach for my wife at night, I'm not just asking for her body, I'm asking if I still matter to her." Some men don't just want sex from their wives, they want their attention, their admiration, their warmth. They want to feel seen. That's profound. And that's the part most women miss. He wasn't being needy, he was being human. Don't reduce men to physical creatures. See the emotional, intellectual, and spiritual layers they often hide behind physical touch. 5. Men hate vulnerability. Most men crave a safe space. They rarely find it. Imagine a man who's been mocked for crying or expressing doubt. Over time, he learns to arm himself, but the armor gets heavy. He wants someone who can sit with his pain, not fix it, not judge it, but hold space for it. We spoke with a widower, 47 years old, who said, "I had to bury my wife and smile through it because everyone expected me to be strong. But I just wanted someone to hold me and say, it's okay not to feel okay." Dear women, the bravest thing a man can do is open his soul. When a man opens up to you, handle it gently. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's bravery in motion. 6. If he's not jealous, he doesn't love me. We've seen it in movies. Jealousy as a sign of love. A man punching someone for looking at his woman. He storms out when another man compliments her. Jealousy is often misinterpreted as love. Some women believe a man who doesn't react possessively doesn't care. Wrong. But real men, they don't play those games. They play for peace. Trust is not indifference. Some men trust their partners deeply, so much that they don't need to police their every move. That's not a lack of love, it's maturity. True love doesn't chase, stalk, or interrogate. It trusts. Take Io, whose girlfriend often flirted with her male friends to test his jealousy. But Io never bit. One day he said, "If you're mine, I don't need to fight for you. If I need to fight for you, you're not mine." The statement shook her. He was confident and decisive, not insecure. A man who loves without controlling is rare. Appreciate emotional security, not emotional games. 7. Men move on easily. The quiet grief. After a breakup, it often seems like women cry and process, while men laugh and party, and they move on. But here's the untold truth. Many men grieve longer and more deeply, but in silence. They don't talk to friends. They don't journal. They don't post heartbreak quotes. Instead, they shut down. They bury pain under distractions, work, women, alcohol, and humor, and the pain festers. One man admitted, "It took me 3 years to move on from a woman I loved. I never told anyone. I just suffered quietly." Ladies, men bleed silently. If he moves on quickly, it may be a mask. Don't mistake silence for healing. 8. Men don't care about appreciation. Some women believe men don't need compliments, affirmation, or praise. Let's correct that. Men love being appreciated. They may not seek it verbally, but when they get it, it lights them up. A woman once shared how she began expressing gratitude to her husband for the small things he did, like putting gas in her car and helping with household chores. He changed overnight, she said. He became more loving and more open. It was as if I had unlocked a door. Men are often expected to provide, fix, and protect. Yet they rarely hear the words, "thank you." That simple phrase carries immense power. Encourage your partner. A bit of appreciation can revitalize a weary spirit. Let him know, "I see you. I value you. You are important." This isn't flattery, it's motivation. So what do these wrong notions teach us? They show that relationships suffer not from a lack of love, but from a lack of understanding. Dear women, men are not robots. They're not superheroes. They're not always stoic, sex-driven, emotionless beings. They're humans with layers, with histories, with quiet battles. So before you judge his silence, look closer. Before you call him weak, listen deeper. Before you demand more, ask, what's already being offered that I'm not seeing? Relationships thrive when we choose to understand over assume, to observe over react, and to connect over control. What wrong notion about men have you encountered or believed in the past? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's grow together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of truth on the Passion Bond, where love is understood and not assumed. Until next time, stay connected and stay passionate to strengthen your bond.